Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good afternoon to everyone. Okay, today I'm coming with you from home. Okay, so we work from home since we got the movement control order. Okay, so I give lecture from home. So hopefully, it can help you to go through this semester smoothly, inshallah. Okay, so I pray for your we call it as for your healthy, your happiness. Okay, take care of yourself. Don't go to very crowded place. Okay, and bear in mind, make sure you're wearing your mask. Okay, everywhere you go. All right. So today we will talk about pricing. Okay, this is a marketing and selling financial services course. We talk about pricing. Okay, so it's another P in marketing. Okay, let's go. So don't waste our time. Right, setting prices and implementing revenue management. Okay, so we already talked about product. Okay, the flower, whatever, the enhancing, the facilitating, and then we talk about distributing. Right now we talk about pricing. Okay, so it's very crucial since this is the action should be taken by a marketer in order to make or to invite and to give inflows to our business. Okay, all right. So every other strategy than pricing. Okay, everything require cost, but for pricing, okay, the outcome from pricing is money keep coming to your company, to your business. All right. Okay, what are we looking for in this chapter? Okay, we talk about the effective pricing. Is a central to financial success. Okay, of course, since price give you money. Okay, pricing strategy as represented by the pricing tripod. Okay, the foundation to uh, to formulate pricing strategy come from this foundation. We call it as a pricing tripod. Okay, third, we talk about revenue management. What is all it's all about revenue management and how revenue management work. Okay, so ethical concern in service pricing. Last, how to make pricing strategy workable. Okay, all right. Okay, effective pricing is central to financial success. Okay, all right. So harder to calculate financial costs of creating a service, process, or performance than a manufactured good. Why? Okay, why it's so difficult to determine how much to charge your customer when come to services. Okay, it's easy and very handy when talk about to sell goods to your potential customer, your prospective customer. But for services, it's very crucial. It's very we call it as a difficult since the characteristic. Okay, we back to the basic. The introduction of services itself. Okay, the basic foundation when talking about services, the characteristic one of the characteristic is intangible. Okay, so since it cannot be seen, cannot be touched, cannot be sensed. Okay, so it's very difficult to determine how much to charge or to how much to put as a price. Okay, so why? Okay, the issue is first variability of inputs and outputs. Okay, so the questions come to the manager: how can firm define a unit of service and establish basis for pricing? How? Okay, so important of time factor. Okay, same service may have more value to customer when delivered faster. Okay, so for example, if you go to what you call it as a photo center, okay, and you are requesting to print your passport photo, okay, passport size photo, okay, either immediate or later. Okay, if you request for instant printing, okay, your photo instantly printed and immediately you got your copies. Okay, compared to 1 hour or more uh, time of waiting, much cheaper compared to the instant one, right? Okay, if you pay more, you get faster. If you want to pay less, you get later. Okay, this is where uh, business determine the price. Okay, first of all, we get the idea is time factor. Okay, customers find service pricing difficult to understand, risky, and sometimes even unethical. Okay, sometimes we think back that this strategy might perceived by the potential customer or our prospect as some we consider as mean to them. Why? Because same service, same offer, but different pricing. But somehow to maximize the we call it as a revenue, okay, to make sure every day we got consistent or constant inflows, okay, we need to have a certain strategy to be implemented. Okay, if you implement one flat price, might the possibility of wasting time or our effort, okay, to get more sale. But by do some strategy in pricing, okay, might inviting lots of people, cover more, we call it as a expand our coverage, okay, to be to wider group, okay, to the wider group, whereby everyone can have access to our service, okay, but at different price. Okay, all right, objective for pricing of service. Okay, what are the objective? Okay, first, revenue and profit objective. Okay, uh, any kind of business, either we call it as a non-profit business, actually is a profit, just because it is a voluntary work, somehow work for the purpose of raising the community, but still seek for profit. Okay, and for sure, okay, every job done to cover our costs. Okay, all right, that is the first objective. Second objective can be considered as a patronage and user based objective. Okay, so first, we set a price for the purpose to build a demand. Okay, demand maximization. Okay, to make sure utilize the all the capacity that we have. Another one is about user base. Okay, build a user base, stimulate trial and adoption of new service. You giving people trial, okay, trying period, and then after that people have we call it experience, okay, already know a bit how this service will be carried out, then later they will come to subscribe, to enroll in the process. Okay, build market share and large user base. All right. Okay, pricing strategy. Okay, when we talk about pricing strategy, we can show or display or tell people based on this foundation equally as a pricing tripod. Okay, this is a pricing tripod. In some reading, okay, talking about three different kind of methodology to set a price. Okay, when talking about service, okay, Lovelock saying that, okay, to set a price you must stand on these three pillars. Okay, what are they? First leg, as in tripod, okay, any price set should consider cost. Okay, any price set should consider cost as a one big component. Okay, all right. Second, your position within the competition itself. Okay, if you go below than competitors, you might close to the cost that you invest. Okay, so to balance up the we call it as the tripod itself, to make sure your pricing strategy at very, we call it, balance optimum condition. Okay, you need to consider another one is value to customer. Okay, how your product perceived by your potential market. All right. Okay, this is how we look in another views. Okay, where the value customer are located, and how, and basically, okay, any price that you fix should put above cost. Okay, there's no such offer. Even you go for non-profit. Okay, you must set the floor. Okay, the floor itself we call it as a cost. Okay, you cannot work if your cost not covered by the revenues. Okay, right. So in between, okay, we look for the competitive pricing. Okay, competitive price that plus with the values. Okay, how we consider these values. Okay, it's about how your customer perceive your product. Okay, for example, for example, you eat you have your lunch in a hotel. Okay, you have your lunch in a normal restaurant, or you have your lunch at the food hawkers, street food. Okay, take as an example, you got same menu. Okay, but but the price should be different. There's no such product price in street food. Okay, as you get your food from the street vendors, same price charge in a hotel. No, cannot. Why? Okay, why? Okay, because the way that product perceived or the offer given together with the during having the lunch much different. Okay, it's very have its own distinction from one to another. Okay, that's why, okay, for example, I always use this kind of example. Okay, a can of drink, when you acquire from a you call it convenience store, how much cost, how much they charge you? It's around two ringgit. Okay, how about having same can, same drink at the hotel? Of course higher, right? Okay, since you have demand on that particular product, and also the difficulty to get the option, you still buy that drink. Okay, the convenience store RM2 might be a hotel RM5. How about same drink on air? Okay, having same drink, same can, same size, but different price. Higher, right? It's about maybe RM6 or RM7 per can. That's when we talk about goods. It's easily to talk, it's easily to we call it as a comprehend, to understand how goods are having such different price, same product at different price, because the position, the values that company, or sorry, the values that perceived by the customer itself also different. Okay, all right. Alright, okay. Three main approach to pricing. Either you talk about cost base, set price related to financial cost. You need to cover cost only. Okay, or you look for what people perceive about your product. Okay, you can go for value based pricing or competition based pricing. Okay, which is you look for what other competitors done for their price, and you look for the suitable price for your product. Okay. All right. Traditional costing approach. Okay. Traditionally, okay, more looking toward the categories of expenses. All right. Okay. Using this approach also can cause reduction in value. Okay, because you look for something that tangible. Okay, however, we call it ABC, activity based costing. Okay, we put the resources, okay, the cost that counted, okay, based on the variety and complexity of production. Okay, this is where sometimes I'm always reminding my student, when you determine your production cost, you should look for something that more towards not only the product, the tangible cues, but look something that intangible as well. Okay, but customer care about value to themselves, not what service production cost the firm. Okay, so the strategy should be long term. Okay, you can have short term strategy, but need to look short term strategy. If you implement, you can have some loss, but in long term, in long run, how about your we call it as a your uh, survivability, survivability. All right. Okay, say value based pricing. This one is cost based pricing. Value based pricing, okay, we look into values that perceived by customer. Okay, net value equal to, okay, perceived benefit to customer, which is gross value, okay, minus all perceived outlay. For example, the outlays money, time, okay, the mental and physical effort, right? Consumer surplus different between price paid and amount customer would have willing to pay in absence of other option. Okay, so competing services are then evaluated via comparison of net value. Another one is, okay, competitor base. What is competitor base? Okay, all right, still in value base. Okay, enhance gross value benefit. We talk about benefit delivered. add benefit to core product, enhance supplementary service, manage perception. That's why I'm always always tell you, okay, we are not only talking about basic product anymore. Okay, we put some, I will call it as a supplement to make sure the product more attractive, your service more having attraction. Okay, reduce costs incurred by reducing monetary costs of acquisition and usage, cutting amount of time required to evaluate, buy or use service, lowering effort associated with purchase and use. Okay, okay, this is how we define total user cost. Okay, we need to consider everything. We don't only talk about what are the costs that involved by producer. Okay, we need also to think about costs incurred by the user itself. Okay, this is a diagram. You can have it from your reading. Okay, competition-based pricing. Okay, competition-based pricing. Okay, this is the last one. Not the last slide. Last one when we talk about pricing strategy. Okay, competition-based pricing. Okay, you look for a price that suitable in between competitors. Okay, all right. Price competition increase due to increasing competition. There's more people comes in, more players in the same industry. Increase in substituting offer. Okay, when someone comes in with different offer, okay, which is substitute our offer. Substitute mean replace. Okay, we offer someone with our product and somebody else comes in offer another thing. Okay, if that offer much cheaper, more values, so how we entertain our we call it prospect or our customer in order for them to get our offer, okay, to close the deals, right? Wider distribution of competitor and increasing surplus capacity in the industry. Okay, this factor contribute, okay, to price competition. However, another way around, when high non-price related costs of using alternative. Okay, personal relationship matter. If you have personal relationship because the seller is your friend, there's no other players can disturb your offer. Okay, right. Switching costs are high. Okay, if you turn to someone else offer, okay, it might cost you a lot. Okay, then there's nobody want to compete with you. Okay, time and location specificity reduce choice. Okay, yeah, you want to buy, for example, you reside at the rural area. Okay, there's no other option than having your groceries at the we call it as your village nearby. There's no choice, no option, no alternative. Since then, there's no price competition. Okay, if you set what price that we call it as a rational for the customer to accept, it's acceptable. Okay, all right. If don't, you must okay, if client we call it as refuse to have your or to grab your offer, they must incur some other maybe major costs. Okay, for example, they need to drive we call it as far away to get their groceries. Okay, this is an example where the competition, price competition, not or merely not happen. Okay, managers should examine all related financial and non-monetary costs. Okay, we need to look some other factor. Okay, switching factor. Okay, long-term factor. All right. Okay, this these examples, uh, three different clinics. Okay, three different clinics offer three different prices, which have three different package. Okay, all right. We go one by one. A clinic. Okay, A clinic offer. This is a process where you want to have your chest X-ray. Okay, which is required by your organization to submit as part of the, we call it, duty reporting. Okay, when you first come in, you need to submit all the report, especially your health report. Okay, health condition report. So you want to have your chest X-ray. Okay. There are three clinics offer same services, but they have their own price. Okay, A clinic charge you $65. Okay, in other words, we turn using our term or currency. Okay, 65 ringgit. Okay, how about distance? Okay, if you want to have 65 ringgit, you need to drive for 1 hour. Okay, how much you must to spend for your petrol? Okay, or to pay for public transport. Okay, next available appointment is in 3 weeks. Okay, if you want to have 65 ringgit service, you need to wait for another 3 weeks. Okay, and okay, the operating hours, Monday to Friday, 9 in the morning till 5 at noon. Okay, so estimated to wait at the clinic, at that clinic 2 hours for to have the session. Okay, how about the B clinic? Okay, B clinic offer 135 ringgit. Okay, and just 50 minutes away. Yeah, first one is an hour away. Right now, 50 minutes only. Okay, it's almost quarter. All right. And then next available appointment, just 1 week. Okay, just 1 week. Okay, and this clinic open earlier than the first one. Okay, 8 in the morning till 10 at night. Okay, early in the morning until late 10 at night. Okay, you need to wait around 30 to 45 minutes only. Okay, okay. If you spend another 60 ringgit more, okay, which is 185, okay, if the chest X-ray want to submit, you need to submit 2 days. Okay, you got the instruction. 2 days later, you need to submit. Okay, the C clinic might be suitable. Okay, just beside your office. Okay, and you can have it just 1 day booking. Okay, just 1 day appointment, and then you can have. Okay, so Monday to Saturday, extra 1 day in a week, still same at the operating hours, 8 to 10 p.m. Okay, at 8 in the morning till 10 at night. Okay, by appointment, okay, just wait around 50 minutes maximum. Okay, 50 minutes maximum to have your service. So which one you prefer? Okay, if your company requires for 2 days, okay, there are time frame you need to comply. For sure, you go for 185. Okay, much more easier, more faster, and facilitate all the we call it as a services. All right. Okay, this is a way the clinic have their own offer. Okay, revenue management, what it is and how it's work. Okay, how revenue managements work. Alright, maximizing revenue from available capacity at a given time, most effective in the following condition. Okay, high fixed cost structure, okay, relatively fixed capacity, perishable inventory, variable and uncertain demand, okay, varying customer price sensitivity. Okay, so revenue management talking about how to make sure your offer, okay, your offer made available to everyone at any time and maximizing the ability to get revenues. Okay, so revenue management is a price customization, charge different value segment, different prices for same product based on price sensitivity. Okay, so they use a mathematical model to examine historical data and real-time information to determine why is that price to charge with each price bucket, how many service you need to allocate for each bucket. Okay, how to put into package. Okay, how to we call it as determine different segment, different time, different occasion, okay, different price for everyone for the same product. Okay, then we introduce, okay, we call it as a rate fences. Okay, fence, you know fence, okay, the border for every segment, because every single segment have its own value, we call it perceived value for our product. Okay, all right, this is when we talk about the elasticity. Okay, price elasticity. Okay, the rate we call it as inelastic condition of demand. Okay, another one you call it as a elastic. Okay, elastic demand, which is triggered by changing in price. Okay, huge impact on quantity demanded. Okay, compared to the another one, which is if you change the price, quantity demanded not so we call it giving huge effect. All right, by the customer. Okay, this is an example of fences. Okay, this is some example for rate fences. Alright. Okay, we have the first one, product related fences. Okay, for example, in airline industry, okay, we can divide a customer or divide the call it as a service offer by introducing class of travel. Okay, size and finishing of a hotel room. Sometimes we just when we talk about, for example, a hotel room, actually same size, okay, but different furniture, different amenities, different lighting. So we got different price. Okay. In a theater, you go for we call it as a having movie. Okay, right now we don't have time when we talk about movie. Okay, when you go for watching movies, right? You will be charged at different price for different seats. Okay, for those who have a very good angle, straight away, your side looking towards the call it what you call that, the screen. Yes, the screen much higher or much more expensive compared to the position where you need to look down or you need to look up. Okay, so different price. Okay, that this is an example of product related offenses. There's more other than this. Okay, another one, transaction characteristic. Okay, time of booking, when. Okay, if you go for we call it very urgent. Okay, immediate we call it as flying immediate flight. So you face very expensive compared to the we call it as 2 months or 3 months before you fly. Okay, consumption characteristic. Okay, time or duration of use. Okay, and buyer characteristic. Okay. All right, this is an example of airline. Okay, we have a price per seat. Okay, and the capacity. Okay. Number of seat demanded. First class, as you can see, very just a bit compared to the economy. Okay, why? Because we know our segment. To make sure everyone go into one offer, same flight, this is where how you determine the price. Okay, ethical concern. Okay, we come to the second last part in our discussion. Ethical concern in pricing. Okay, many services have complex pricing schedule. Okay, it's very difficult to understand since if you don't have clear explanation, sometimes is quite unacceptable. Okay, difficult to calculate full cost in advance of service because you still not attempting that, you still not encounter the process. Unfairness and misrepresentation in price promotion. Okay, by using misleading advertising, hidden charges. Okay, selling product. Okay, together with the service, but you not mentioning the service charge. Either include in the contract or not. Okay. Sometimes customer might not aware and then you take advantage on them. Sometimes for the educated one, they much more precise. Okay, and they want every single information clarified. Okay, clear to them. Too many rules and regulation. Customer feel constrained, exploited. There's so many things as okay. Customer unfairly penalized when plan change. Okay, so this is about ethical issue. Designing fairness into revenue management. How to make sure everything fair. Design clear, logical, and fair price schedule. Make sure everything clear. The date when the last payment should be made. Okay, how much you want to pay. Okay, and from uh, first schedule, we call it first month schedule until the last month schedule, how much you want to, how much their obligation should be clear. Okay, use high published prices and present fences as opportunity for discount. Communicate consumer benefit of revenue management. Use bundling to hide the discount. Okay, put everything together and giving one price. Take care of loyal customer. Okay, make sure okay your loyal customer in your hand. Okay, don't let them away from you. Use service recovery to compensate for overbooking. All right. How to make your strategy into practice? Okay. How much to charge? This is a questions. Some questions, not only 7. There must be more than this. Okay. You should ask yourself. Okay. All right. How much to charge? Okay. Pricing tripod provide a useful starting point. Okay, means here you need to consider 3 things. Okay, your cost, your competition, and also your values perceived by customer. Okay, specific figure must be set for the price. Okay, you need to firm. Okay, you need to firm how much you want to charge. Okay, need to consider the pros and cons and ethical issue. Okay, if you charge higher, what are the we call it as a reflection, feedback from the customer. What basis for pricing? Okay, completing a task, admission to service performance, time based, monetary value of service delivered. Okay, consumption of physical resources. Okay, should be some basis, because when people ask you what are the basis of you charging me, okay, so if you don't have basis for that, okay, as a user, as a consumer myself, I'm not convinced enough, okay, to put my money, okay, to something uncertain. Uncertain in term of what? Uncertain in term of the outcome. Okay. All right. Who should collect payment? Should I pay to someone? Should I pay it directly to the provider? This is something that should be clear to the customer. Where should payment be made? Okay, either through online banking, or you need to attend the counter. How? When should payment be made? First, where? Right now? When? In advance. That's why every single product services that you want to ask customer to pay, you need to tell them this payment made for what? Made for what? Okay, every single thing that invested or contributed by your customer should be clear enough to make them understand what you have done on their money. The confirmation, everything. Okay. Once service delivery has been complete, you need to tell them as well. Okay, your payment already successful. Okay. All right. Okay. How should payment be made? By cash? Sometimes you go for laundry. You know, yeah, you need or you ask the customer to turn their money into coin or token. Okay. Or you should have we call it as a top up your e-wallet or whatever. Okay. This is an example how should payment be made. Okay. How to communicate price. Okay. Relate the price to that of competing product, ensure price is accurate and intelligible. Okay, this is pricing strategy. Okay, in service. Okay, hopefully you like it. All right, thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum. We'll see you in next chapter. Okay, what are the next chapter? Let's take a look. Okay, promoting. Okay, inshallah we'll have this lecture later. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum.